Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. It's another Saturday afternoon here in Coaching Ting Talk, and this is Master Coach Hasmin from Life Coach Philippines, and this is Coaching for Frontliners. And this conversation is for all individuals who are serving in the front line, who are seeking to get out from chaos and looking for path in ending those turmoil. So my mission is to help frontline workers to cope up with stress and challenges, especially this time of COVID-19. And every Saturday, please do join me and invite your friends to join us every Saturday at 4 p.m. And I thank you for all of you who are joining me live today. Please leave your digital footprints by letting me know where are you coming from today. If you are watching from different parts of the Philippines or different parts of the globe, please leave your comments in the chat box. So make some shout outs to your friends, tag them in the comment box, okay, and circulate this video so that we can reach more individuals who might be in need of what I will be sharing to you in this session. So this is already my third episode here in Coaching for Frontliners, because we believe that at this time, it's about time that we really care for our frontliners, and we do have it here in Life Coach Philippines. So our topic for today is all about PPE. Okay, the key in taking care of frontliners well-being. So tag your friends right now if you know a frontliner. So be a blessing today. Tag them or share this in your timeline. So that many people, okay, will be able to watch it. Even if you're not a frontliners, I will believe that you will be able to relate on what I will be sharing with you today. Okay, so give some shout out to the people in the chat box, message them, forward the link, forward the video, share in your timeline, in your coaching page, or in your coaching um, Facebook group. Okay, so if you are watching this also on a replay, we would really, really love to see you also join us in the chat box by putting in there hashtag replay. And I am streaming via Facebook page of Life Coach Philippines, YouTube Coach AI Connect. And if you are new to this platform, this is your first time to watch this, napadaan lang siya sa timeline mo. So if this is your first time, like our page, like Life Coach Philippines, and in YouTube as well, Coach AI Connect, so that you can stay connected for future learnings. Hello, coaches. Hello, Coach Dean. Thank you for joining me. Hello, Coach Maan. Thank you for joining me. So please do share this in your timeline or tag your friends, yung mga doctor friends natin, yung ating mga nurses, mga medtechs, mga sino pa ba ang mga classified as frontliner, yung mga policemen, and everyone that you know who belong into the industry of frontline, especially this time of pandemic season. Tag them, okay, and be a blessing to each and every one. So for those of you who have just joined me, seen me for the first time, I am Master Coach Hasmin. I am a certified CACC life coach and a certified mental health coach as well. And I am also one of the master builder apprentice of Master Coach A, and we build a tribe and we help your unstoppable dream come true. And my coaching philosophy is, I believe that coaching enables individuals to journey from brokenness into wholeness. And at the same time, I am a registered medical technologist. I've worked in the laboratory for a decade, and after that, I shifted into a different career as a marketing executive. But still in the healthcare industry. I belong into a diagnostic company here in the Philippines that provides everything that you need inside the hospital, in the laboratory. I am also a master coach, and part of what I do as a life coach is this is part of my passion. I mean, so yes, I do still work in the corporate, but I do coaching, I do life coaching as something that as a mission, as something that I believe that I am called to do, to take part and provide a contribution to the humanity. So I am a master coach, life and mental health coach, tribe builder, public speaker, pastor's wife, and a mother of two. I have two kids, ages 19 and 17 years old. And what I do as a life coach is I am the founder and creator of Life's Labyrinth Coaching Community, And I do also have another session here in Life Coach Philippines Coaching Ting Talk, God-centered living every every Saturday, Sunday at 4 p.m. And I also do, you can also find me in Decap Brewing Live twice a month. So I do coaching talk as well there. So that is in Decap Coffee Republic coaching page. And I also do live coaching one-on-one. So if you are interested to know more about our profession, I will be conducting I will live coaching one-on-one on Wednesday. That would be 7 p.m. So to please do message me if you want to be part of live coaching one-on-one. So this is a free class. So before it is a paid class, but this time as a gift for each and every one of you. And if you know that you are being called, just like me, to be a life coach, that this is something that you know that you are called to do, and this is something that you know that you can do something, okay, and contribute to the world, be part of what we do here in Life Coach Philippines. And I'm a public speaker, scholar of Master Coach A, and we do have a class every Tuesday, and we are coming up with Samut Summit. Okay, that would be on August, so that will be an announced more details. So please do join us in what we do here in Life Coach Philippines. So this is us in the Philippines, and we would really love you to know more about us and be part of what we do as life coaches here in Life Coach Philippines. Okay, so I can see here now si Coach Marife. Thank you for joining. Coach Candy, hello. Thank you for joining. And for those of you who will be getting something, your aha moment, which I believe that you will be learning from today, even in just one thing, be intentional in getting just one, okay? But if you can get more, but at the very least, just get one learning for today, that anything that would resonate with you, you can share it in your timeline later on. And don't forget to put in hashtag pack my bag moment and coaching TikTok as a reference of where did you get your aha moments or your nuggets of wisdom. And we have a lot of testimonies already that on how people help them because of their hashtag pack my bag moment. And we have a lot of opportunities that are open as well because of those hashtag pack my bag moments. So be a blessing this beautiful day, this Saturday. I know it's a weekend and some of you are taking some time to do some relaxation and spending time with their family. But you can still be a blessing today, even if you're relaxing, even if you're just at the comfort of your bed and doing some rest. Okay, this afternoon, share a hashtag, one lesson, one learning from this afternoon as your hashtag pack my bag moment. Okay, so we are now proceeding. Let's proceed to our discussion for today. But first, let me honor and let me thank. Come on, let join me in thanking all our frontliners for today, because not all superheroes they wear costume or they wear capes. They wear mask, and every one of them are truly doing a lot of things, so many things in doing their share in protecting, in helping us to really fight against COVID-19. At ang COVID-19 virus na yan, siya yung super villain natin, di ba? So, but it does not deter our superheroes, our modern day superheroes from doing their job tirelessly, working ways to find, to combat the threat, and eventually beat that invisible enemy, right? So give some shout out to our modern day heroes today. I know that probably you know someone. Okay, you can put their name in the chat box and thank them, honor them, just say something to them, encourage them in the chat box, and let them know that we care for them, right? So every day what they do is they put their own safety and well-being aside in order for us, okay, in order for them to provide a life-saving support and protection to the people who are most in need. And that's what they do. From last year, wherein the COVID-19 strike, di ba, struck our country, and struck the world, di ba? So they put aside their personal well-being and their own safety in order to serve the people, in order to serve the humanity. So they deserve some shout out this afternoon. And you know what, in what they do every day, in what they experience every day. What they do is, um, um, they put themselves, okay, they put themselves in the front line as the first defense, right? And beyond the physical impact of pandemic in the society, such as impact in the economy, impact in businesses, impact in our physical health, and a lot of things in the studies of the children, di ba? There is also a negative effect on people's mental health ng COVID-19. Not only physically, but only but also mental health as well. And the main psychological consequences to date right now that appears are elevated, okay, elevated stress or anxiety. Meron na yan dati. Pre-pandemic time, we have certain level of stress, but this time it is more elevated level of stress and anxiety, elevated level of loneliness, elevated level of insomnia. So a lot of people cannot sleep anymore, and depression, lot of cases of this depression. So that is the impact of COVID-19, not only in our economic situation, not only in the educational system, not only in the business sector, not only in the physical um, aspect, but also mental health as well of the people, and most especially our frontliner. And stress is actually the natural response to a demand, a challenge of life, and every one of us are experiencing challenge, right? Every one of us are affected in some way of what is happening in the world right now, and stress can be good if that motivates us to take action. However, chronic or acute stress can affect our mental health, and we know that the COVID already has been more than a year already, and if you are in that state of stress, bad stress due to COVID, it is not healthy anymore for us, especially to all the frontliners out there that you are exposed too much with situation, with scenarios, right, of COVID-19, COVID patients, and COVID people who are affected by COVID. We know we know that you are stressed, and if that is something chronic, something that is not being dealt with, that can put you, okay, your mental health in a not good situation. But learning to cope with stress in a positive way can maintain and improve your mental well-being, and that is what I'm going to share to you this afternoon. Okay, so what can you see here in the picture? I saw this morning as I was browsing my Facebook, and I see this Burger King in Nebraska. It says here, okay, they have closed. We all quit, sabi ng mga empleyado sa Burger King, Nebraska. We all quit. Sorry for the inconvenience. So this has gone viral in Facebook, and it says here that the workers, okay, they all resign. They all resign from their work. Okay, they are understaffed. They work 6 to 7 days a week with long hours and low pay. And the kitchen temperature once reached over 90 degrees, and they work without aircon for weeks. So I believe that this is not only happening in Nebraska. I believe that this is also happening in certain organization, in certain companies, and we also would not like that this will happen to our frontliners. That one day, because of chronic stress, because of too much burnout, too much burden, okay, they would all resign and just quit, right? And that is something that we would want to prevent in the future, that we would want to prevent for you, for each and everyone who is going through something in their lives. That is something that we want to prevent, okay? So mental health is really an important part of overall health, and people who are mentally healthy are in control of their thoughts, their feelings, and behavior. So they are able to cope with life's challenges. They can keep problems in perspective and bounce back from setbacks, and they feel good about themselves and have good relationship. The reality in life is we will really encounter challenges, and we see that, right? And it has been doubled, tripled, or quadrupled because of the economic situation and the pandemic situation. But it is really important that we also um, take a look into our mental health, because um, one thing that we can do, okay, in facing these challenges is to be really be in control of our mental health, because when we do this, we can be in control of our thoughts, our feelings, and our behavior, and we will be in control of how we respond to it, and avoid the situation that happened in Nebraska, right? So we can avoid quitting. We all play a very important role in the industry. We play a very important role in whatever industry that you belong. Maybe you are in the healthcare, maybe in you are in the service industry, maybe you are in the yung mga policemen, soldiers, right? So you are in that industry, you play a very important role. But you also need to take a look at your mental health, right? So as WHO said, define mental health. Mental health is not just the absence of mental disorder. It doesn't mean that when you focus on your mental health, you are experiencing a mental disorder, because that is entirely a different thing. It is defined as a state of well-being in which every individual realizes his or own potential, can cope with normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to her or his community. So this is how WHO define mental health. Contrary to what a lot of people think, that when they hear the word mental health, it pertains to mental illness or mental disorder. But mental health is simply coping, okay? Coping with stresses in life. You are able to realize your own potential, and you are able to work productively and fruitfully and make a contribution to your community. That is mental health. And mental health is actually a general state of well-being and a state of mind, and something that should be looked after. In the same way that we are looking after our physical health, we also need to look after our mental health. And mental illness naman is something that disrupts your mental state and interrupts how you feel, think, communicate, and behave. So it's entirely two different things. So if we have a better understanding of the terminologies, that would really help us to take a look more into our mental health and avoid the stigma that when we talk about mental health, we are referring to mental illness. Okay, so remember this, okay? It's different. It's a different thing, mental health and mental illness. So now we proceed. What would help us to protect our mental health? Are you familiar with P.P.E? Sino dito yung nakakaalam ng P.P.E? So you can type it in the chat box. What comes into your mind when you see the word, or when you hear the word P.P.E? Lagay natin yan sa ating chat box. Comment right now, what is it that comes into your mind when you hear the word P.P.E? It's actually a personal protective equipment. Okay, P.P.E, di ba? It refers to the protective clothing, helmets, gloves, face shields, okay, goggles, face masks, or respirator or other equipment designed to protect the wearer from injury or the spread of infection or illness. Ayan, di ba yan yung araw-araw mong sinusuot? Tawag natin dyan ay personal protective equipment, such as mask. Okay, lahat ng ginagamit mo to protect yourself against the virus. So this is where we will take off from this afternoon on how do we protect, okay, how do we use PPE in protecting our mental health and our well-being. because the PPE that we know right now is protecting us from the virus and our physical health, but there is also a PPE that will protect our mental health and our well-being. Number one P is pay attention to how are you now. Okay? So at the present moment, how are you? Okay? So you need to pay attention to that. So you must come into self awareness. Self awareness is the key to taking care of your mental health and well-being. I know that sometimes we can all be so busy. I know that sometimes we can all be so preoccupied with a lot of things, taking care of our duties and responsibilities, our job as a parent, and other things, other roles that we play. Sometimes we can really forget about ourselves, right? We can really easily put aside how we are right now. We can easily put aside ourselves and be out of the picture and just focus on other people. So the first P is to focus on, pay attention on how are you. How are you today? If I ask this question to you today, how are you? How truly are you? How do you feel today? Anong sitwasyon mo ngayon? Would you be able to recognize what is your situation today? So self-awareness is actually a form of stepping back and observing your thoughts, your feelings. Okay, so do you take some time to in a day to really step back, to just keep quiet and stop minding things in sa paligid mo, 'di ba? And just observe what is your thought and how do you feel at the present moment. And it can be as simple as noticing the emotions that you feel. How are you? Do you feel joyful? Do you feel happy? Do you feel angry? Do you feel sad? Or do you feel sick? Right? So it's more of coming into awareness of what is your emotion at the present time, 'di ba? Do you feel scared? Do you feel some fear because of what you are seeing? So have that moment, pay attention to yourself, pay attention and have that self awareness. So you can sit down and have a moment with yourself and ask yourself this question: what am I feeling in my body right now? And what thoughts are running through my mind, and what am I saying to myself? What emotions are around, and what am I wanting to do, or what am I doing as a consequence of how I think and how I feel. Dedicate some time, okay, in paying attention on how you feel, and just get a pen, just get a notebook, or you can use the notes in your phone and try to really assess, okay, how are you really right now. In that way, okay, that is the first P in our PPE. So pay attention on how do you feel. Okay, next is, okay, I know that sometimes, okay, you won't always like this. Okay, even for me, I am being intentional because I have the tendency to just really work. Okay, so I can have the tendency to really just get myself busy and do a lot of things and not pay attention to myself. And when I try to be intentional and do this, sometimes you don't like it. Okay, you may not like what you will find, and that's okay. Okay, so that is normal. I want to tell you that that is normal. That if you take time to really pay attention to what you feel, you may not find it good for you, especially if you have been used to, okay, if you have been used to setting aside yourself, right? So it's important that at this phase that you give name to your challenges, to give name to your emotion, because that would help you to proceed with the next step, which is play emphasis on how you feel. Okay, once you've identified how are you right now, it it's good that you place emphasis on how you feel. Over time, avoidance can become a prison. Okay, so I've experienced that also. So it can become a prison because after a while, you begin to feel the need to avoid many situations, and avoid people as well, experiences and places that may bring the negative emotion to your mind, steer it or remind of you about it. Yes, you can do that, right? But the more you avoid, remember this, the more that you avoid, the weaker you feel, the more your coping skill diminish, and the less of life you can experience. So that is something that would be detrimental for your mental health. So place emphasis on how you feel. The good thing about emotion is it is not permanent. But if you do not acknowledge it, if you do not identify how you feel, and you do not acknowledge that, it will not go away. It will just stay there. But if you acknowledge the pain, if you acknowledge that you are lonely, you are sad, right? That you are scared, that you are anxious, once you recognize it, once you acknowledge it, the normal response of the body is it will diminish. It only needs to be acknowledged. And according to a recent psychological research, okay, done by Stephen Hayes and David Barlow, it says here that one of the main causes of many psychological problem is the habit of emotional avoidance. Ayan. So, sino dito ang amin na guilty siya dito? Di ba? A lot of the main cause of psychological problem is the habit of emotional avoidance. Sometimes you feel that, yes, I succeed. Di ba? Parang nalampasan ko tong emotion na to. It is actually not true because the more that you avoid it, the more that you will feel weaker, the more that yung coping skill mo will diminish, mauubos din yan, no matter how many coping skills you have in your lunchbox, di ba? Marami kang baon na coping skills, that will also soon diminish, and the less of life you can experience, right? So, sabi ni Coach Candy, distracting ourselves as well, right? Di ba? That is also a form of emotional avoidance, and maraming masters dito, 'di ba, sa emotional avoidance. But hearing it now, knowing, listening to it, and hearing it now, it is not healthy for each and every one of us. So, if the thought, okay, hello, Coach Lacey, thank you for joining. So, if the thought of speaking your emotion upsets you, okay, make a decision, okay, to feel better by deciding to speak. Because the more that you let it out, the more that it will really diminish that emotion. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, yung emotion is a temporary feeling. But if you do not acknowledge it and you do not allow it to be processed, okay, that will stay there. It will just stay there, and eventually it will be detrimental for your mental health, assessed by the study of that psychological problem is the habit of emotional avoidance. So that is the second P of PPE. So ang result nito, if you do not wear this PP, okay, wag di mo ginamit itong pangalawang P na ito, elevated levels of stress, anxiety, loneliness, insomnia, and depression. So acknowledge your emotion. So no matter what is our role in life, right? We are still human, and it's okay to be human. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel anxious. It's okay to feel fear. It's okay to feel anger, di ba? But acknowledge that emotion, acknowledge that feeling, and that will be good for yourself. Okay, so that is a way also of protection for your mental health. Next is we need compassion for ourselves. We avoid processing emotion because what we feel is contrary to our self-image. Tama ba? So how many of you here relate to this one? Ayaw nating i-process yung emotion natin because we want because we feel that is contrary to our self-image. Ay, hindi ko pwedeng aminin yan that I am scared, right? Because I am a policeman. I am a doctor. Because I save people's lives, right? Sometimes we refuse to be compassionate with other people, and we avoid processing our emotion because that would be a contrary to our self-image. So, okay, threatening to our society's ideas of normally and so at odds with who we would like to be. So don't fall into the trap of avoiding your emotion because you feel that that would be something that will not be good for your self-image. And an atmosphere conducive to processing would be one in which the difficulties of being human were warmly recognized and charitably accepted. So we fail to know ourselves not because of our laziness or casual neglect, but it hurts a lot. But when you don't take time, okay, when you don't take time to really acknowledge ourselves, our what we feel, our emotion, okay, no matter how painful it is, okay? But if that is left unchecked, that is left unprocessed, it can be detrimental to us. Our heart eventually can be hardened, and our heart eventually can be desensitized. And this is where we come in as life coaches. So if you want to have a safe space, if you want to have a safe atmosphere, okay, we have a coaching hub located at Decap Coffee Republic at Pioneer Center Compound along Pioneer Road, Capitolio, Pasig City. Or if you are not in Metro Manila, you can you can message us, okay, at 0917-586-1661 or Life Coach Philippines. You can message us at in Life Coach Philippines because we need that emotion needs to be processed, okay, in an atmosphere that is safe and in an atmosphere that is conducive for you to open up without judgment. Again, because if that is left unchecked and unprocessed, it can be detrimental to you. And we want to really protect our hearts, okay, from hardening and being desensitized, right? And the last E, okay, sa P.P.E natin is extend effort in taking action for yourself. So, start connecting. Even if you can't physically because of the restrictions, okay, so you can be with your friends and your loved ones. Connect with them via phone, email, messenger, Skype, FaceTime, whatever way that you want to choose. So start connecting. Don't isolate yourself because in isolation, it does not help you. I know that sometimes you can feel so tired because of work, okay, and you just choose to be alone, and then sometimes you cannot sleep. The more that you get connected, the more that you need connection, okay? So connect with your friends, connect with your loved ones, or connect with life coaches at Life Coach Philippines. And that is one thing that you can do. You can extend, okay, an action para sa sarili mo. This time, para sa sarili mo. I know that you have been taking action for other people, but this time, extend an effort for yourself. Taking action for yourself by number one, be intentional in connecting with people. Number two, okay, what you can still do is take notice. Okay, this tip, advocate, stop or pausing or take a moment to look around you and take notice of the beautiful, new, unusual, or extraordinary things in your everyday life. Even if your options are limited, nandyan ka lang sa loob ng opisina, nandyan ka lang sa loob ng ospital, nasa loob ka lang ng office mo, di ba? Even if your options are limited, there are still things that you can still notice. Sometimes, di ba nga, yung mga simpleng bagay, yun nga pa yung nagpapasaya sa atin. We don't need to really look for other things. And sometimes, simple things can really make us happy, right? So, be intentional in finding beautiful things, extraordinary things around you. Minsan kahit sa table mo lang, di ba? Mayroon ka nang makikitang bagay na hindi mo siya na-appreciate before, but if you intentionally look for something beautiful or something that you would want to appreciate, there will be something that you can find, right? So next in extending your action is to keep learning. Okay, especially these troubling times, there might be this might be the perfect opportunity for you to learn new things while you're prevented from carrying on your day-to-day routine, yung dati mong ginagawang day-to-day routine, okay? This is the perfect time for you to learn new things. You can access countless on how to videos online these days, so why not learn a new craft, a hobby, a new instrument, or even a new language, or even a new learning. Later on, I will be sharing to you a master class that you can attend to in order for you to extend some action for yourself. So this is something that you can do as well. Try to introduce something new. Diba? Last week, I made a 5 days challenge on crush it with newness, wherein you will start introducing something new in your life. So, and that is not even a hard thing, hard challenges. Those are simple challenges that you can do and can really help you to introduce something new, crush it with newness in your life. So you can find it in my timeline. You can join still the challenge. Okay, next week starting on Monday, join the challenge. I encourage you so that you can start introducing something new into your life. So these are the three things ng tatlong PPE natin. Okay, remember that. Okay, so place yung una nating P, pay attention to how are you right now, and then second P is place yun, sabi natin dito is place emphasis on how you feel, and our E is extend effort in taking action for yourself. Remember, okay, that yes, the physical health, we need to pay attention to our physical health, but we need to also pay attention to our mental health as well. And this is the health triangle. In mental, it means that you function at a satisfactory level of your emotional and behavioral adjustment, while in social, you have a satisfying interpersonal relationship, and physical, you have exercise, healthy diet, free from illness. So this is the health triangle. So remember, pay attention to your mental health, pay attention to your social health, start connecting with people, and focus as well on your physical health. Remember that prevention is better than cure. So we don't need to really be in a very low state that we end up into illnesses, physical and mental illness. Remember that prevention is better than cure. So hello, Maria Cecilia. Thank you for joining this afternoon. Thanks for tagging me. We'll check later. Okay, so thank you, Cecilia. Maria Cecilia, we would really love you to really join and um, uh, be able to watch this episode for today, and let me know. Okay, let's have a conversation. Okay, so and this is what is really working on with other countries, like sa Canada. They have a very good peer support coaching that boosts their mental health in the frontline workers, and because of that, that helped them. Okay, those participated in this coaching, peer support coaching boost mental health. Nakatulong talaga siya sa mga professionals, okay? So sa mga frontline professionals, they were able, okay? The healthcare providers who took part in this resilience coaching said that some of the benefits they experienced included improved inter-colleague relationships, decreased feeling of loneliness, and a heightened sense of being supported by the organization. So it works. It really works. It is happening in other organizations already. And you know, Life Coach Philippines, this is our advocacy. Even before the pandemic happened, we are already on helping people, helping organization about awareness, giving awareness on the importance of mental wellness. So we have started even before. We do it in Decaf Coffee Republic, brewing mental wellness every Saturday at Decaf Coffee Republic. And even before the pandemic happened, last year, March 14, 2020, we did the brewing mental resiliency. That is our way of preparing for the COVID. And until now, we still do it when come 2020, 2021, online. We do it online. So I do conduct stress management webinars, Stress 101, in different organization via Zoom. So there's a lot of things that we can do. There's a lot of things that we can start in your organization. There's many things that we can start from you. If you are someone who needs to really be processing in terms of mental health, helping you, okay, how to take care of mental health, please do let us know. Keep in touch with us because help is available. And a life coach can help you find ways of obtaining and maintaining stability, managing difficult symptoms, rebuilding relationships, finding purpose for living by creating a clear plan of action and using current strength to reach your future goals. And mental health coaching as well is an action oriented with emphasis on improving your present life and reaching your goals for the future. So this is not yet the end. Meron pang magandang future for each and every one of us. And mental health coaching employs a partnership wherein the client is an active participant in their own mental wellness plan and the one who decide what is worth doing, while the coach provides expertise in supporting successful change and accountability to help the client stay on track. So these are the many things that Life Coach Philippines can do for each and every one of you. And because you care, we care for you, right? So remember, act now, action changes things. So if let's have a conversation, okay? So you can message me anytime in my Facebook, or message me at 0918-944-7841 or email me at hasminmiroy@gmail.com and let's do something, okay? We can do something, a peer support coaching in your organization. If this is something that you feel that is being needed by your institution or organizations right now, or you personally, let's have a conversation. And also, I would like to invite you. We have now by Life Coach Philippines MedCollab Coaching Community, your medical conduit to holistic wellness. So this community is designed for individuals who wants to preserve their holistic wellness. That is yung kaninang health triangle natin, di ba? Physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual health as well. So join this community and together let's all learn. Let's have a safe space. Let's have a community wherein you can free to learn and you can free to engage with other people inside MedCollab coaching community who are who wants to preserve their holistic wellness. And part of the action that you can also take for today as a PPE natin, extend some action for yourself is I do invite you in tonight's class yung ating Be Learning, okay? Be Learning society, okay? So be part of the Be Learning journey for living smarter with monthly perks. So last May, Master Coach A launched the Be Learning Society. This is the tent maker for Be Learning Home for Mental Fitness, and Teacup Coffee Republic is the one who is hosting the Be Learning e-card that unlocks opportunities to smartly living with monthly perks. So if you avail this Be Learning e-card, the first perks that you will get is you will be able to get a 5% food and beverage discount from Teacup Coffee Republic every time you order dine-in or take-out. Second is yung tonight's masterclass, you will be able to attend that for free. And third is you get a 90 minutes coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. So that way, these three perks, these three perks will really be able to help you in your PPE. Okay, yung taking care of your mental and well-being. So the perks included here in Be Learning e-card is something that would really be of great help to you. So you are able to enjoy nutrilicious food. Pangalawa, you are able to attend master classes, and that is about for tonight's class at 7 p.m. Master Coach A will be teaching us the 80-20 mental model mastery, and you will discover how to apply it in almost every area of your life and accelerate your success and even your coping skills with what is happening in your situation or in your organization. And avail the 90 minutes coaching session. Sometimes we really need someone to process our thoughts, to process our emotions as well. And all this you get at a very, 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 very affordable price. Okay? Message us right now. You can still avail this today at 0917-586-1661. And you can be sure that this can be part of the first step of your PPE, right? And also, if you want to be part of what we do here in Life Coach Philippines, I would like to invite you. And if you are interested to embark on a journey of becoming a certified life coach, Master Coach A is now offering co-actively co-create life coach certification program. So this is a comprehensive approach to learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating a new path, okay, and achieving results in your life. So this includes a 21 days online learning journey, web-based, and 3 days live coaching bootcamp and 3 days live business bootcamp with senior coaches here in Life Coach Philippines. So message us now if this is something that you know, gusto ko yan, di ba? So do not delay. Message Coach Rosel now to get more information, to know more about this one at 0917-586-1661 or message us in Life Coach Philippines. And do join us for another coaching conversation later on with Coach Joanna at 4 p.m. for coaching for moms in transition. So once again, thank you for joining me this afternoon. So this is Master Coach Hasmin from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us in the Philippines. Love bam boom, love bam boom, love bam boom.